My name is Darren Davis. I'm the owner of Continuity Property Development Incorporated. I was not always the owner there. That's a company I created back in 2010. Before that, I was a paint pump mechanic. I know that probably doesn't mean a lot to you right now, but you know, out here when houses are built and buildings are built, paint's got to get put on them, and there's a lot of guys out there that needed paint pumps to put paint on the wall. And I mechanicked on those machines. You know, I did okay for myself, but I saw that there was just no way that I was ever gonna get to retirement. Not for at least 40 years. And I wanted to do it so much sooner than that. My 401k did not grow quickly. In fact, most of the time when I looked at it, it just caused depression, so I stopped opening the statements, and eventually, after some market shifts, I lost half of it and was so depressed I stopped donating altogether. And I didn't know what I was going to do next. What I did do is I started hanging out with different people. I started reading books, and one of the books that I read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And if you haven't read it, you ought to, or at least listen to it while you're driving. Get it on Audible or something. It's a great book, teaches good principles. What it taught me is that wealthy people, the way they get to retirement is usually through business ownership and through investing in real estate. Now, I didn't know exactly how to invest in real estate, and frankly, the book didn't tell you how to do it. What it told me is that it's a good idea to invest in real estate. And so I felt like I really needed to get prepared. And I started being a little more conscious of my spending. I paid off my debts. My wife and I, we worked really hard, even though we had new kids and everything else. We worked really hard to get out of debt, and we did. Only thing that we had debt on was our own home. And we started looking at real estate. We thought we'll pull a second on our house, get a HELOC, and we'll go out and buy our first rental. We were finally prepared, and it took us probably 7 years to get to that point. Wouldn't you know that when we went out and started looking at real estate, we found some what looked like good deals. I mean, houses that we really liked. What I didn't know was if this house was a good deal as a rental. And I didn't know how to go out and find renters. And I didn't know who to call if there was a plumbing issue in the house or a mechanical issue in the house. I didn't know what I was going to do if the renter didn't pay their rent. I didn't know what the rules and laws were. And you know what I did? I didn't do anything because I was confused, and a confused mind will not go forward. It was scary. It was really hard. I did not want to do something that was going to put my family's financial position in a bad place. I didn't want to hurt them because of something I wanted to do or because I wanted to be able to retire someday. So I went back to work, and that's where I stayed, and I figured I was in the right place because the rest of the people that were there were doing the same thing I was, punching a clock and working from day to day to day. I didn't see any of them ever retire until I saw some advertising on a vehicle, which I responded to. I found Positive Impact Real Estate Group. This team here, with the education that they promote, I've now been able to go out and not worry about having a job and being able to provide for my family and have time with them. Most of the real estate that I have done has been buying houses with other people's money, fixing them up, and then selling them and making a profit for me and for the people that lent me the money. What it's allowed me to do, though, is not just make a great income, but it's allowed me to become a better dad. Before, I was working a 9-to-5 job, which was more like 6 to 6, doing things I didn't really like to do, that I was okay at, working for people that didn't really care about me and that didn't really like me. And I put my best hours of the day and my best energy into building someone else's dream. I don't do that anymore. And it's because of the support that I've received here at Positive Impact Real Estate Group and with the team behind me that I've been able to accomplish these things. All I know is that I don't care who you are, how old you are, how much money you don't have, or how smart you think you are or are not. You too can have success in real estate if you just come and get surrounded by the right people and engage. It's time maybe to change some friends. It's time maybe to put a different foot forward. Make that time today. This is coming from someone who's been there before. What I've shared with you today is my story. If you're ready to get started on your story and make that next step, then get back with the people who shared this video with you and tell them, hey, look, I'm ready to take the next step. Whatever that is, I'm ready to get started.